Hey everybody, Kimberly here, and I'm super excited to just share a moment with you. This is not going to be a video review or a tutorial or anything. This is just me talking to you and thanking you for being a watcher, being a supporter, being a subscriber, and just a fantastic gamer. I know that quite often we watch channels because we just want to hang out with somebody, so thank you for hanging out with me in all my different places that I have filmed, in my basement, more recently my Nook. So this was the project that I did last year and of course is on my channel now. I also recently got another table that I've been filming at, which is where I am now, and so it makes it a lot easier for me to get fantastic games to you. So thank you. This is also the celebration almost to the day of 5 years from me starting my channel. So April 10th was my very first release in 2020, the start of the pandemic when I started my channel, and this is released on April 11th, 2025. I mean, 5 years later, this is kind of amazing. So again, thank you. You're awesome, and you're just kind of why I do this. This is something that I do for fun and enjoyment, and I also just love to share my expertise and my my take on gaming and the gaming industry with just the latest and greatest. So with that said, just a couple statistics. I am not the biggest on statistics. I will tell you right now that analytics is the least visited page on my YouTube channel, but that's mostly because I do this because I just love sharing games with people. I am not out there to game the system, which might like to try to get the most subscribers. So I've got some statistics here, nothing crazy, but right now I am just over 7,800 subscribers, and that is, again, kind of shy of 8,000, but I mean, that's kind of amazing for me. I am incredibly proud of the base that I have, kind of crafted and cobbled and grabbed from, left, right, up, down, who knows where you're from. Again, thank you for just kind of like hanging in there and just watching me go through a lot of different iterations of my channel and different kinds of segments and different wild and zany things. I do my own thing. I, not to be too cliched, but I march to my own drummer. So, but that's going to be my current subscribers. Yay! I also have statistics. I have published over 560 videos in 5 years. And I think the reason I've been able to do that is because I promised myself at the beginning of this, I would release a video twice a week. So I would release one at 10 a.m. on Tuesday and 10 a.m. on Friday. And that is something I stuck to. I also added some shorts that I called my Sunday shorts for a while. I had a little series where I did some fun little short videos. And so that kind of like adds to the twice a week for 5 years. But I have stuck to that. I don't think I've ever missed. The one time I think I missed, I scheduled my video for 10 p.m. by accident. So when it didn't fire at 10 a.m., I was kicking myself. I have also come up against that deadline a couple times and really just been working right up to the last minute to get it out there because consistency to me is important, and I also just want to let you know you're always going to have something from me on Tuesday and something from me on Friday. One more thing is the amount of views. My highest viewed video is learn how to play Wavelength in 5 minutes. And that video has gotten over 70,000 views and really shocked me because for a long time, my biggest viewed video was my Dungeons and Dragons Adventure Begins. And that kind of was my biggest video for a long time at 23,000, so 800. So that one was just the long time runner. Wow, this really hit because maybe it was D&D. And then Wavelength as a game itself really hit big nationwide with just everyday gamers and everyday folks for casual gaming. And I think that my video was one of the videos they found for the tutorial. My third favorite video or third most watched video at about 15,800 is Magic Puzzle Company Mystic Maze, my new favorite puzzle. And so because of that, I do want to tease that I'm going to be giving away a magic maze, sorry, not a magic maze, a magic puzzle company puzzle from the second series. And so I want you to stay tuned to the end to find out how you can win this. I simply have this copy. It is shrinked and it is going to be going to someone who's watching this video. And then of course, I'll give you some time and some instructions on how to, just put your name in the hat. It's free. I'm just going to send it to you because I love you. So keep your eyes peeled for that, but that's one thing that I am excited to essentially share. So enough statistics, enough of that. I'm going to move on with just a couple of questions about my channel, and I'm going to invite a guest to essentially ask these questions. And these guests are a big part of my channel and a big part of who I am. And so I really hope you enjoy the interview portion of my celebration of 5 years having a YouTube channel. Hi, Kimberly. Barb here with the very first question. But first off, just want to thank you for letting the gang on the channel to have this interview with you. So here we go. Starting us off, why did you start your YouTube channel, Tabletop Tolson? Fantastic question. Now, some of you might actually know the answer to this, but in 2020, right around the start of the year, I was laid off from my college instructor position. They were having financial shortages and had to let some tenured folks go. And so I lost my job, and I was sitting there in the start of the pandemic wondering what was I going to do. And with the encouragement of my current students, who said, yeah, you should definitely do a YouTube channel. You love games and you're awesome. I started my YouTube channel, and then of course, as I just mentioned, the very first video aired on April 10th of 2020. So I started it because I really need to do things. I am the kind of person that creates. I love being creative and I love projects. And so tying together board games with just a channel to me seemed like a big jump, particularly for YouTube channels. But for me, it was the board games that really just pulled me through. And I've been such a part of a thriving board game community for, a decade plus prior to starting my channel. And so for me, I just thought this is a great way to contribute and to just be a part of things maybe a little bit more closely. Right. So Mark here, and I've got the next question. My question is, what was the most challenging aspect of getting your channel up and running? Nice. So the hardest thing for me was the technical aspects. I did not know how to do cameras, didn't know how to do lights, didn't know how to do sound, had no idea how to upload anything. And so for me, just the technical, learning how to film and how to edit, particularly edit, how to create thumbnails, and really just how to get me in my basement to you out there, wherever you are, in the best, clearest way possible was my biggest hurdle at the beginning, and is something that I have been honing and adjusting and really working on for the last 5 years. Emma here. Now, I know you had to learn a lot to start your channel, but what skills did you bring to the table to get everything started in the first place? Okay, so that means that the skills that I bring to the table were the other things, which is teaching and board game knowledge. So again, I've been playing board games since forever. More traditional, Euro games and games like that I was introduced to in 2010, I would say, is when I really started playing a lot. And so before then, it was just the classic games you'd find anywhere. And then I met my husband. Well, not then, now. But yeah, I met him and he introduced me to a lot of games that I was unfamiliar with that I just took to immediately. So I bring board game knowledge, and I also just have that education background. And so teaching since I was 23. And that was just a big part of my life. And I thought, well, I can do this, right? I love board games and I'm really enthusiastic about them, and I teach. So really what it has been for the last 5 years is the teaching has informed my board game instruction and my channel. And then my instruction on board games has also influenced my teaching and the way that I incorporate board games into my curriculum at the college level. Okay, I guess it's my turn. So I did prepare, I promise. But I know it's kind of hard to pick, but do you have a favorite kind or type of video that you make? Great question. So it's actually a tie. And I really think that my favorite kind of video that I have made over the years is my tabletoptolson.com dating app commercials. They have literally no limit to the amount of creativity and zaniness that I do. And it's kind of like an amalgam of me and my husband, really in the writing phase, because they are scripted, and then pairing it with the board game, and then creating these characters that have become the characters in my other favorite kind of video, which is And That's How You Play with Barb, who teaches every game and plays with a cast of iterations of me. And so for me, the videos that I want to make the most, that actually have almost the most production, like time and value, the hardest ones to make, are the ones I like the most because they are creative. They're like little mini videos, little mini movies. And so just fun to play, and they're all scripted. So for me, it's part of the writing process, which is something I really enjoy as a writer, as an English teacher. I really enjoy the writing and the editing process. Editing as writing, not as editing as videos. And so I just love making the tabletoptolson.com commercials, and I also love And That's How You Play with Barb, because Barb is the best and she's my favorite. So my characters are my favorite part. And I think that's like because I'm influenced by my theatrical side, which is something I'm enjoying right now with our local civic theater production of Steel Magnolias. It's been a while since I've done a play and a production like this, and it's just so wonderful to sink your teeth into something creative and to really fall into a character. So for me, that is my favorite place to be. Hey Kim, Taylor here, and my question is about a video that you've put on your channel that you want to kind of revise. You want to go back and redo it and re-upload it. Do you have one of those? Okay. This is going to surprise you, but oddly enough, the video that I wish I could upload again, like remake and upload, is Wavelength. Wavelength is my most popular video, most viewed video, and I feel like when I try to explain party games and I give examples, I am giving examples off the cuff. I am being myself as I would play the game. And so what that means is I come up with my examples on the spot. I don't plan anything. I don't prepare some kind of like canned pitch or whatever. I don't try to plan every step along the way when I try to introduce things to players. And so I play the game and teach the game as I would in real life. And we all have very different perspectives. We have different views on things. We have different ideas about things. And so when I gave my example in Wavelength that I think frustrated the most people and I have the most comments about, I kind of want to remake that video so that I could give an example that is still me, is still what I would think and maybe what I would do in the game, but isn't as polarizing. And it's not offensive by any stretch. It's just that people don't necessarily see the moon and the sun the way that I saw the moon and the sun in my video and my example. And so I just wanted to clarify that. I wish I could just re-upload it because, yeah, everyone just thinks that my answer is kind of ridiculous or silly or stupid. And I never want to be seen as ridiculous or silly or stupid. And so it's frustrating. But, it's out there. It is what it is. And I just have to let it go. So Wavelength, maybe part 2, maybe redo. I'm going to come at you, Wavelength.
Yes, Dash here. What did you anticipate happening after starting your channel?
Honestly, I did not anticipate much happening after I started my channel. I thought getting to my first 100 subscribers was the best I could get. I thought I was just going to top out, and I thought there's no way this is going to get out there. There's no way anyone's going to want to watch this. And so for me, anticipating anything past just doing what I love and then sharing it with the very few people who would watch it, that was just my expectation. So for there to be so many wonderful, engaging moments and lovely opportunities along the way, to talk to people who watch my videos, to meet people who are wanting me to work for them, to do intro videos for Kickstarter, to do tutorials for their company, and to maybe, do podcasts and to really talk to other folks in the industry. There have been some wonderful opportunities that I did not anticipate because I thought, okay, I'm going to make this channel. Who knows how long it's going to go? I don't know if I'm ever going to get a job again. And so for me, it was something that I just thought, this is lovely. This is nice. It doesn't have to be anything big to be satisfying for me.
Hey Hey there, Kimmy Sue. Aunt Patty here. Just wanted to know what you didn't expect to happen when you started your channel.
Another one of those unexpected outcomes was that I got to essentially work for another channel concurrently, and it's been really wonderful. I have learned so much working at Rada's channel and working with Richard and the other contributors there over the years. Just different styles of filming and different ways of teaching. And so for me, it was huge in my growth as just a content provider and a YouTuber to just work for someone else, to learn some new techniques, and then to bring it back to my channel, hopefully making my channel better. And so that was the most unexpected outcome that I just have been incredibly pleased by, just the growth and the development of my channel, and just me as a gamer, as a teacher, and of course as a YouTuber. All right, Kim, Tina here with your last question. Are you ready? Of course you're ready. Here we go. What are your plans for the future of Tabletop Tolson? Okay, so what's in the future? I've got a couple things on my list. The very first thing that I want to tease is that I am, yes, finally going to be revisiting my top 100 games of all time. I have a top 10 video in order going to 100 going from 100 to 1 with my husband that I made years ago, and I'm going to update that, and it will be showing up on my channel within the coming months. It will be happening this summer for sure. So please keep that on your radar. I'm going to be doing a lot of revisions. There have been many games that have come out, and also just me thinking about the games in order and maybe giving a little bit more weight to the lighter games. Sometimes I lean harder towards the medium to medium heavy games as, quote, better games, but I think I need to rethink my evaluation because there are some really lovely light games and party games and word games that are just dynamite. So I think I'm going to revise that with those criteria in mind. The next thing I want to kind of like talk up a little bit is that I'm going to finally get to Frosthaven, and I know this is like delayed by who knows how long, but we have not had a chance to get to Frosthaven, and I'll play this just a 2-player with my husband. I'm very excited, but we do Gloomhaven and Frosthaven in the summer, and so we are planning on playing our Frosthaven box this summer, so I'll be getting you some of my feedback on that, my review, my take, and my experience playing Frosthaven. So that is coming up. As well, Clank 2. I adore Clank 2, or Clank the Legacy, and I'm so excited to have Clank 2 in my hands. I play that in a 3-player game, and so once we get that one knocked out with our 3-player game, I'll be giving you some final takes on that too, because again, Clank 1, Acquisitions Incorporated, was and still is my favorite Legacy game experience of all time. So, big talk, I know. And then the last thing I wanted to talk up is that this summer I am so excited, really excited, to be going on a BGG at Sea cruise. And so I go to BGG every year in November. It's my favorite convention. I love seeing the folks down there. I have tons of friends that I just get to see. It's like my kind of Thanksgiving and Christmas put together for friends, and it is just delightful. So for me, I'm really, really looking forward to the cruise, to playing the games, and to maybe doing a thematic approach to the games I select and play. And I will be getting you some, just some videos. Maybe I'll take some videos while I'm there, and then I can kind of put it into this collage montage, kind of like, here you go. Here's what I did on the BGG at Sea. So yay. I mean, so excited. Okay, so with everything out of the way, let's get to the giveaway. Now, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to show you all 3 of the Series 2 in the Magic Puzzle Company. I have them right down here. Okay, here's the first one. This one is the Forest Feast. Then I've got the Crystal Cave. Okay, number 2, Crystal Caves. And then number 3, the Busy Bistro. Okay, so here's that third one. Okay, so here they are. And do we have the names on the other side? So let me go this way. There we go. That makes more sense. Okay, so Forest Feast, Crystal Caves, And then we've got the other guy right there, Busy Bistro. All right, so these are all shrinked. These are mine. I got these, but I want to give one to you. And what you need to do is just write in the comments below which one of the three sounds the most interesting to you that you would like to play. Now, these are the #1 puzzle seller on Kickstarter and my 3rd most viewed video when I did coverage of Magic Puzzle Company because I just Kickstarted them. They are 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle with original art, magical surprise at the end. I will tell you, I've never played a puzzle like this. You will have a wonderful experience playing this. It is something to do and then repackage and then share with someone because it is insane. I've never played a puzzle or done a puzzle that does what the Magic Puzzle Company does. It truly is magic. So these are going to be the 3. You can pick one, just say, hey, the Busy Bistro looks great because this, that, and the other. I really like the color. I really like the theme. I really like what's going on in the Crystal Caves or the Forest Feast, whichever one. And then I will randomly select of the people. You get 1 entry per person. And then I will let you know in this video and in my YouTube comments section or the kind of like feed so that you can know what to do, know how to get in touch with me. Now this is just to the contiguous United States. Again, I apologize. Shipping is already quite pricey within the States, so I am willing and excited to ship to someone within the contiguous US. And so if you have someone in the States, let them know, get their name in there, and then I will notify you again here. There's 1 week for you to do this. After airing this video, it's going to be 1 week later, and then I will announce the winner, and then you'll just contact me, and I will just ship it straight from my house to your house. All right, everybody. Thank you again so much. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to keep giving you more footage, more coverage, more games, and more fun from me to you from my basement here in Idaho. Okay, everybody, I'll see you later. Bye.
For everyone who's staying tuned to the end of the video, the most challenging aspect for Mark is that Mark is wearing contacts and prescription lenses. Right.